Really appreciate your company here on Joy News Desk. Now, one person is feared dead after police fired gunshots to restore calm at Adina, a community in the Ketu South district. Now, residents yesterday clashed with operators of a salt mining company in that area. One person was allegedly killed after he sustained gunshots fired by the police when they sought to intervene, to calm tension. Joy News' Ivy Setsaji is currently at Adina and joins us via the telephone with the latest. Hello, Ivy. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
What is the current situation at Adina?
Well, the situation is calm. We are here at the site where the company is located. That's the 7C company, the mining. And according to the workers we spoke with, they are accusing the residents of ransacking some of their properties. According to them, they took some of their properties like bikes and other things away. So they called for police enforcement to come to their aid. And the residents also went to call people to fight with them. And that was what resulted in the death of one person. Now, the residents are also saying that the company have deprived them from their livelihood. That means they cannot fish, neither can they stamp anymore because their lands have been taken away by this company, so they cannot do anything. And so they are calling on the government to do something urgent about this company. They want the company to relocate to leave the town entirely so that they can fish, because this is what they've been doing for years. And the worst is the young man who died, and 2 other people are currently on operation in the hospital.
Ivy, we are struggling to hear you. I think where you are is a bit windy. If you could just probably change your location or turn away from the wind, would be grateful. But do you have any security officials around where you are?
Yeah, currently the police are here, even though they are not yet ready to speak with the media because they said they are going around to see what really happened. But the police from the regional capital, that is so, are here currently going around to see the damage caused to the facilities. And then after that, they will go to the main town and also speak with the residents and go to the hospital. So currently the security is here.
And Ivy, do we know this person who died? Do we know who he is? And have you been hearing from his family or friends?
Yes, his name is Ashu from Adina, who was told. His family are currently calling for justice. They are asking government to give them justice for the death of their son.
All right, thank you very much, Ivy Setoji, for those updates. We'll touch base with you again for further development. That's my colleague, Ivy Setoji, coming to us from Adina, where, well, it's confirmed now that one person has died after police fired gunshots to restore calm at that particular community in the Ketu South district. Now, moving away from that, a professor of law, H. Kwesi Prempeh, has justified the need for the Akufo-Addo government to create an independent office for a special prosecutor to fight corruption. He argues that the current institutions tasked to fight corruption are not focused because they are mandated bodies who deal with other issues and usually relegate the fight of corruption to the background. Mr. Prempeh added that the Office of the Special Prosecutor could serve as the institution that deals with investigations carried out by the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice and other institutions originally mandated to fight corruption. Professor Kwesi Prempeh was speaking at the Accra Dialogue organized by the Institute of Law and Public Affairs at Gempa on the topic Combating Corruption, the Architecture of the Office of the Special Prosecutor.
We're not fighting corruption out of a lack of a political will. We're not fighting it because we have not created the necessary protocols and traditions around the AG's office. But if we begin now to do that, in future we will have more credibility with this office. And then if they are independent or not, the public will tell us.
That's going to be my next question. How independent would the OSP be, and who would it be reporting to?
It has to, logically has to report to the AG, right? I mean, the AG is the one that the Constitution has endowed with the entirety of the power. So if you want to carve something out, at least in terms of a reporting obligation, the AG also has an obligation to Parliament, to the public. So this person must report to the AG about how that power is used.
Wouldn't that be a duplication of duties?
Why? I mean, normally the AG doesn't routinely go to court to prosecute cases, right? This person is not somebody we have elected. It's an appointed office holder.
By the president?
Not by the president. Who says by the president? I mean, the president doesn't have prosecutorial power, so the president cannot give prosecutorial power. Only the person who has prosecutorial power can give it, which is the AG. So in my view of things, the AG has to have a major role in choosing this person, not the president. The president can appoint as in just commissioning the person to start work, but not the choice of the president in a way in which I see it. That would raise problems, at least perceptions, about independence, and it may also not be constitutional, I think.
But a senior lecturer at the University of Ghana Faculty of Law, Dr. Raymond Atuguba, disagrees. He says if the country ends corruption, a lot more Ghanaians will starve to death. Dr. Atuguba added that facing corruption without understanding the political economy of corruption is a dangerous thing to do.
Returned from Nigeria, and everybody in Nigeria is chanting, "Bring back corruption." You know why? Because addressing corruption without understanding the political economy of corruption is dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Buhari and those who guarded him on did a very, very suboptimal theorization of corruption in Nigeria. And the practical, down-to-earth of the critical role of corruption in keeping the scope, structure, and success of the Nigerian economy in the near term. If you eliminate corruption in Nigeria or Ghana today, many will starve. And in Nigeria, people are dying of starvation now. The only way to avoid this is to find a social safety net for those who depend on corruption on the secondary and tertiary levels for survival, and implement that simultaneously with the crackdown on corruption. So on social media now, Buhari means brought unnecessary hardship among reasonable individuals. That's Buhari. The situation is really serious. We're laughing, but it is serious. So done unintelligently, the fight against corruption can bring a strong economy to its needs and to the IMF.
Away from the issue of combating corruption, the Electoral Commission of Ghana has finished a post-election review of how it conducted the 2016 elections. The review, which encapsulates some of its successes and challenges, has submissions from its district and regional offices. EC Chair Charlotte Osei made this known on the fringes of an end-of-year election 2016 learning event organized by Star Ghana.
We're compiling our reports together.
So how soon will that be ready?
I don't know. When we finish the stakeholder one, we need to also hear from the stakeholders. What we've done, we've talked with our district directors on what challenges they face, what went well, what didn't go well. Then we've done a regional one, a national one with all the regional heads. So now we're going to meet with the other stakeholders, and after that, then we can come out, finalize our report.
What would you say was the highest point for the Electoral Commission in the 2016 elections?
I can't say that it was the highest point. It's a process, that we concluded it well, that it ended well, there was no violence, that we had results that were accepted, that the process went well. The Commission is happy.
Well, former EC boss Dr. Kojo Farijan, in his opening remarks at that program, called for an explicit distinction between voter and electoral education. He listed the police, judiciary, political parties and government institutions as having special roles to play in the realm of electoral education.
Beyond these general issues, certain groups like the government, the police, the judiciary, political parties, the media, and civil society organizations have special roles to play in relation to elections. Those roles fall into the realm of electoral education. And it is important that such groups play their roles properly without seeking to control, interfere with, or meddle in the core activities of the Electoral Commission. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not talking about influencing the Electoral Commission. Indeed, it is legitimate for all who care about the quality of electoral products and outcomes to seek to influence the Electoral Commission through constructive criticism, suggestions, and recommendations firmly grounded in an understanding of the principles of electoral work and electoral justice. Control, interference, and meddling from external sources do not constitute positive ways of influencing an electoral commission. Ladies and gentlemen, after every election, electoral commissions usually carry out what is popularly known as post-election analysis. During this event, the interactions are experience sharing and learning sessions, in many ways similar to what you will be doing here. So I wish to pose for your consideration the three basic questions that drive a post-election analysis. 1, what did we do so well that we can do it the same way the next time? That we need to improve upon the way we did it. And 3, what did we do so badly that we have to find a new way altogether?
You're watching Joy News Desk with me, Benes Abubedu. We'll take a quick break now, and Emmanuel Abuajiriafe will join us with business, and he'll be telling us what former Deputy Minister of Finance Kweku Rickett-Hagen thinks about President Akufo-Addo's decision to appoint 3 deputies in the Ministry of Finance.